You're joining us live as we continue to uncover what's led largely to the Bengaluru water crisis. Yes, it's because of a monsoon deficit. Yes, it's also because of what we've been seeing in the ongoing Cauvery water dispute. But there's also an issue of rampant corruption, of illegal borewells in Bengaluru that's only aggravated the water scarcity. We played out part one for you, where you saw how water tankers were illegally being handed over to industries at very cheap rates. Illegal borewells were coming up in several parts of Bengaluru. We'll now expose the corruption. We'll show you how these borewells are being allowed to be dug illegally in so many parts, particularly even in places like Whitefield, where right next to where these borewells are, apartments are struggling as their borewells have run dry. Relentless drilling reverberates. Workers tirelessly search for groundwater to sustain ongoing construction projects. Despite regulations imposed by the authorities, illegal borewell operations persist in Bengaluru's Whitefield area, an area grappling with severe water scarcity. We spoke with the man overseeing one such digging operation, who admitted to under-the-table dealings to bypass official permissions. The scene repeats itself. Drilling sounds echoing, identical operations underway. At another site within Whitefield. Muthukumar oversees borewell drilling here, acknowledging the alarming depletion of the water table. Illegal borewell diggings, a significant threat to Bengaluru's already fragile water resources, jeopardizing the sustainability of Karnataka's tech hub. Nitin Jain for India Today's Special Investigation Team. And let's bring in Sagar Raja on this broadcast to get you more voices from Bengalurians to highlight how they're suffering and struggling as a result of this kind of rampant corruption. Sagar, it's over to you. Take us through what the residents have to say. Do they believe the government really is doing enough to address some of these issues?
The government is trying to streamline. The government claims that all this while everything was jeopardized, there was no system, there was no streamlining. Now the government is trying to streamline the price. They have bought some kind of rules for all these tankers. Do you think the rules has been followed? The prices fixed by the government has been followed?
No, it was only in the media that we read the news. We were so happy. But when we called, they said 1,500. I said, the media, we have got so many BBMP reports. They said, you want to buy. There are people who are ready to buy at 3,000 rupees, madam. We are not here to give. You want, you take. Otherwise, it's okay. So
and
that.
How long it takes for you to get one single tanker of a water, sir?
More than,
despite paying so much.
Yes, more than 4 or 5 days after you beg, kneel down, request, what all to do. And they have got their own tones now. Nodana, Madana, that tone is, we are not having a drop of water at home. We have to wait and wait and wait. And after paying also, again we have to wait. I thank this
Yeah.
Madam,
The situation
who-
wasn't that bad earlier, don't you think so? Now the tankers have taking advantage of the situation and charging you double than what you used to pay earlier.
It does seem that way because earlier we would call for the tankers and within 2 hours we used to get our tankers over here for a lot cheaper price as well. Now the prices skyrocketed almost threefold it is now, and it takes almost 3 to 4 days for the water to come. And these guys, they don't respond to calls after some time. You tell them okay, they'll say they will come, and there's no phone calls afterwards after that.
And there are a lot of water has been spent on construction work and other things which has not been allowed. The government says that you should use more for a drinking purpose, not for all these things. How do you see this?
I mean, I agree, right? Like, your drinking of water is the very first necessity, and we can definitely curb on washing our cars and other things as such, but the priority is for drinking water, and some of us, even though it's expensive, we're able to afford the 3,000 rupees. What about the people who can't? And they need to drink, right? So, yeah, of course, we need to save on like things like washing cars, but there's a fine line for all of it. It's not black and white. It's very gray.
3,000 for a tanker, probably 1 or 3 days. Probably for 3 days it will be there. Another for next 4 days you need to spend more than 3,000 for water.
Maybe, sir. ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ at present you are paying 1,000 rupees and that for tanker. If you book today, they will give you on 3-4 days, after 3-4 days ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವನು. ಆದರೂ ಏನು depend upon the tankers. Some tank persons are coming and give this one.
So
This is the plight of the people here in
taking 3 to 4
Babasapalli.
days. Yeah, it's taking 3 to 4 days for any tanker to turn up, even after they dial one of them and seek water supply. And they left for days without any water. So we've shown you 2 parts of our special investigation. Let's get you the first reaction coming in from the government. You've got DK Shivakumar now speaking out on India Today's special investigation, vowing that action will be taken and saying that we're doing everything we can right now to bring the water mafia in check. He's saying that we're booking them, we're identifying them, and also highlighting how the government is ensuring that tankers are brought under government control. I'll quickly play out for you what DK Shivakumar, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, has to say.
There was a big cap, there was a big mafia on the prices of water, including the supplying of water. We have capped them, we have brought them to the books. Everything is under control. BJP wanted to do politics, they are just let them do whatever they want.
Tankers today also are giving it to factories, car washing centers, they're wasting water.
See, I am telling you, we have given sufficient time to them. I have extended for a week. Already 3 days is over, still 3 days is there. After 3 days, even those tankers will be under the control of the government.
All right, let's bring in Nagarjun Dwarkanath on this broadcast. Naga, what exactly is the government doing to address the problem of the water crisis? You know, almost daily we hear from the government on steps they're taking, but at the same time, the issues that we've highlighted in our investigation isn't new to Bengaluru. Illegal borewells coming up, rampant corruption, water tankers charging heftily. It's not new, but the reality is that even to date, it remains unchecked.
Well, that is true, Akshita. In fact, when I questioned Mr. DK Shivakumar, who's also in charge of the Bangalore city as a minister, he said that we'll give time to the tankers to register under us. The moment they register under us, we know where they are traveling to, where they are taking water from, and who they are giving it to. As of now, the regulations are not being followed. That's the reason why we see tanker mafia, people taking water from illegal borewells, from agriculture land, and then giving it to people who pay the most. That's the reason why we have seen this water mafia. The government says that we are in cognizance of what is happening. We will register all the water tankers in Bengaluru, and we will direct which water tanker goes to where and which water tanker fills water from where, and hence proving a point of our investigation that the rules are not being followed, the law of the land is not being followed, and the government has to wake up immediately.
Very true. Nagarjun, thanks for joining us with all of those details. Let's hope that our operation now, our investigative report, wakes up the authorities to immediately take action. Let's tell you really what our expose therefore confirms on the situation currently in Bengaluru. Drinking water is clearly being sold for non-drinking purposes. And while steps are being taken by the authorities by putting up penalties and the likes, it's still very much happening and rampantly at that, particularly in industrial hubs in the city. Borewells are being dug and misused without without any proper permits. There are loopholes clearly in the system that some people are misusing to go ahead and dig borewells and then supply water at huge costs. Government officials are taking bribes, allowing these people to go ahead and dig borewells. It's not being nipped in the bud, which is why you're seeing so many such illegal borewells coming up, leading to several others running bone dry as well, because there's also a limit on how much water you can extract from these borewells. That's not being followed either in these illegal borewells. The water is being illegally sold to industries. Apartments today are struggling. There are limits put on every possible manner of water usage, and here industries are getting access to tanker water for different charges, and because of these kind of illegal borewells coming up, and despite the fact that the government has said that water tankers must be registered with them. Drinking water is being sold to industries at 10 paise per litre. This is something that you had on record in the India Today investigative report. 5 revelations that we put forth for you, 5 action points that the government clearly needs to take going forward, especially because the water scarcity is only going to get worse in the months to come in Bengaluru. Let's get you more reactions on our investigative special.
The government should have anticipated, understood that there is going to be a water crisis. This is a basic common sense. Whenever there is a summer, when there is a bad rainfall, definitely there will be a short of drinking water. This basic thing the government has not understood, and they have completely faulted in the management of the water crisis, and it is leading to a lot of challenges and a lot of restriction, and there is a huge shortage of drinking water. I totally condemn the very approach of this government, not being serious, not being sincere.
Because friendship of Siddaramaiah and Stalin. Cauvery water is gone to Tamil Nadu. Now there is no water in Cauvery. If water is there, they are saying Congress people, water is there. Come on, pump more water to the Bangalore. Why not? I think this worst government in Karnataka, they are not handling properly. They are busy with the Tamil Nadu sharing of seats. They are getting more seat for the Congress people. They are sharing our water.
Despite there are many orders which has been passed saying that water should be used for drinking purpose, not for construction, not for swimming pool. These are being violated. These orders have been violated by many people.
No. I mean, see, we are facing drought, a severe drought, never in the history which we have faced. So that's a fact. Despite that, the government has said we are competent enough to take care of the water crisis in the city. We have not asked for any activity to be stopped. The construction activity, whether it is for the swimming pool, for the drinking water purpose, potable purpose, whatever it is. We have said all the activities will go on. It is the responsibility of the government to supply the water. So unnecessary controversy is being created by our BJP friends, but government is competent enough to manage the water crisis. This much I can say.
Well, there is always in the summer we will have some problem. For 2 months we will have problem in Bangalore because the kind of expansion that has taken place, it's huge, and there's no serious crisis there for water. We have borewells, we have tankers, and there's not any problem. And they're only trying to play politics out of water. They are talking of releasing water to Tamil Nadu. It is not our job. It is the CWC is there, Central Water Commission is there, that they take the decision on Cauvery, not the state government.
The Prime Minister scheduled from March 15 to 19th, where he's only going to be focusing on the south. He's going to be based in the 5 south states and will be holding rallies as well as roadshows. This South Blitz will kick off from Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu on March 15th. On the same day, the Prime Minister will also visit Patnamthitta in Kerala and Malkajgiri in Telangana. What's unique about the rallies that the Prime Minister will be holding is that every single day he's chosen 2 to 3 districts, and they're not in the same states. It's always a mix of different states. So the Prime Minister from 15th to 19th will be travelling all across these states, almost every single day stepping foot in a Tamil Nadu or in a Karnataka. Let's get your reactions coming in. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister N.K. Stalin has taunted the Prime Minister over his upcoming visit.
வாரம் ஒரு வாரத்தில் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு வர்றதாக செய்தி வந்திருக்கு. வரப்போறாரு. தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு செஞ்சு தந்திருக்கக்கூடிய சிறப்பு திட்டங்களை பட்டியல் போடுங்க. என்ன சிறப்பு திட்டங்களை கொண்டு வந்தீங்கன்னு தமிழ்நாட்டு மக்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் கேட்கணும். ஆட்சியில் இருந்த 10 வருஷமா தமிழ்நாட்டை திரும்பி பார்க்காம தேர்தலுக்கு 10 நாள் வந்து போய் சொன்னா தமிழ்நாட்டு மக்களான நாங்கள் என்ன ஏமாளிகளா? நாங்களெல்லாம் இழிச்சவாயங்களா? பொய்யும் வாட்ஸ்அப் கதைகளும் தான் பாஜகவோட உயிர் மூச்சு.